Words are not deeds. With Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus issue 178, the 28th chapter of Mothers and Daughters. Victor Reed delivers a hastily put together pastiche of what he's got done on Ascension so far to his editor Karen Potts. He soon meets her assistant, Carl Berger, who, having read this package of partial drafts and outlines, informs him that it's not what they were looking for from him. Victor offers to write whatever it is they're looking for at Vertigo Horse, and Carl effectively tells him that they want more of what he wrote in the Palnu reads that he did, which are still huge sellers. Victor agrees to do so. However, he's got quite a strict deadline as a result. How long does Victor have to write up a whole new version of Ascension Part 1, and what is intended to be his inspiration in doing so? Suentius Poe reveals Siren has been keeping a vendetta against Astoria for daring to have an abortion, and, as it turns out, she never actually had one. It was a natural miscarriage. Siren knew this, but persisted, claiming the principle of it. Astoria quotes Siren's own Sirenist book, The New Matriarchy, concerning free speech and how suppression of it should be against the law. Suentius Poe urges Siren to walk away and spend her remaining years taking care of children and accepting suffering to find redemption. Next, Suentius Poe addresses Cerebus. He talks about how aardvarks have powers, pointing out a few strange things that have occurred in the three of their lives, including a small Cerebus head currently growing out of Siren's left armpit, and points out how people and things tend to change in proximity to them. Attempting to control reality is foolish, and you can only control yourself. Poe reminds Cerebus of the time during Melmoth when he observed a beautiful sunset, and contrasts that with a memory of him being prime minister or pope and having all the armies or gold he could ever want. What brought him more peace? He stresses the folly of Siren and Cerebus's belief that absolute control equals absolute happiness. Poe finally departs to a life of chess-playing solitude. What will be Cerebus's reaction? Concerning the text section, I'm left wondering exactly the message that Dave is trying to impart to us. This has nothing really to do with what he's going to get on about later on towards around issue 186, at least not superficially. Here, he's basically saying that if you sign a contract to a major company, you're at their mercy, your own muse be damned. I suspect, but can't confirm, that the Victor Reed tale is a parable meant to go alongside something other than the Cerebus comic section in the back. Rather, at this period of the book, Dave was relating all of his knowledge concerning self-publishing and being a comic creator in the Letter from the President section inside the front cover. It would later all be collected into the excellent Cerebus Guide to Self-Publishing, which I highly recommend if you have any slight intention of ever making a comic of your own, or at least want insight into the creative process that goes along with it. It's all text, so don't let the Cerebus part of it fool you. But yeah, this issue works a lot better in relation to that than the actual Cerebus stuff, I think. It's also a bit connected to Spawn number 10, so maybe Dave had that relation in mind when he wrote that one as well. You know, this works as a companion piece to Spawn 10, I think. The Victor Reed stuff does. Yes. Suentius Poe makes his final pre-finale appearance here. He appears to be the voice of reason, with so many things he says being relevant even today. Right down to the moment where he basically says, "Mo money, mo problems." I'm going to miss him for the level-headedness he often brings in the short time that he is here. What happened to him after this issue? Well, he either dies during the upcoming final ascension, which I don't want to buy, and I don't actually feel is correct per se, from what I gather reading the book. I think he had enough time to get out of there. Or he lives his life just as he said he would. I've seen people equate his monk life of simplicity to that which Dave has lived ever since ending Cerebus. I can see that, though I doubt it was ever intentional. It's just a coincidence, or maybe some more of the comic art metaphysics that Dave likes so much. Next time, 50 Shades of Astoria.